Finally, the real reason as to why you still can't buy a graphics card. Let's talk about it. Before that, this video is brought to you by VIPCDKdeals.com. CDK Deals is a website dedicated to getting you the best prices on games and software, and right now you can get a Windows 10 Pro OEM key for an insanely low price. Just find the best price and apply my special discount code GPC20 for an additional 35% off. You can also check out securely with PayPal, and once the payment is cleared, you should get access to the code both in your account as well as in your email. In order to activate the new copy of Windows 10, just search Activate under Windows and type in your key. So if you want to learn more, be sure to click the link in the description below. So it's been well over a year since the RTX 3080 was launched at this point, but shockingly, graphics cards of any kind are still near impossible to find for under 2 times their original MSRP. But why? Now, many have stated that the massive increase in gamers is the sole reason as to why you still can't get your hands on a GPU at a reasonable price, and if we do take a look at this Steam active users chart, you can see that it does indeed depict, if we take a look at now versus a year ago, a large increase in the amount of gamers. However, this is definitely not the only reason, and in fact, I would say that it's actually not even the main reason as to why you can't get your hands on a card. Now, we do have to take a look at the scalping situation as well, as there is definitely a lot of scalping going on, but honestly, guys, I think that this is even less of an issue as the increase in gamers as a whole when we take a look at, why you still can't get cards for a reasonable price. So what is the main reason? Well, it's mining. And before the hardcore mining community starts scrambling for any and every single type of excuse they can possibly find as to why it's not mining that's causing the whole GPU shortage that's been going on for so long, yes, it is obvious that mining is the main reason. I mean, not only has this happened before when you take a look at something like the 1080 Ti doubling in price last time this happened, but you can also see how, if we take a look at this chart, the Ethereum price correlates to higher GPU prices, and if you take a look at this video, which was posted on Twitter and then quickly deleted, you can get an idea of just how big of an issue this really is. Now, keep in mind, this is just one guy, and taking a look here, you can see there are hundreds, if not thousands, of graphics cards in this mining farm, which once again, all appear to have just one owner, and according to the now deleted tweet, this is just 1/4 of his total farm. So yeah, you can see here that even one person can have thousands and thousands of graphics cards, and this is definitely going to make a lot of people angry. Now, he did go ahead and actually end up deleting this tweet, probably because he was getting all kinds of threats or something in his messages, which, by the way, I definitely don't condone that you threaten people even if you really disagree with them or what they're doing, but at the same time, he probably should have read the room before he went ahead and posted this original tweet, because, considering that one person is having a really hard time trying to find just one graphics card, well, if someone posts a video of them with hundreds or thousands of graphics cards, yeah, it's definitely going to make a lot of people very angry, because it just seems so unfair. I mean, how can one person get their hands on so many thousands of devices that you just can't even find one of? It's just absolutely ridiculous. Now, in the comments, it seemed like people were confused. They thought that maybe he was buying these cards directly from Nvidia or something. That probably wasn't the case. He did allude to him being able to purchase, I think, 170HX graphics cards directly from Nvidia, but that's not something new if you've been paying attention, because the 170HX graphics cards, or I believe that's what it was, are CMP HX mining cards, and those are sold directly by Nvidia. So yeah, if you're not aware, Nvidia does sell mining cards directly to miners. I believe the majority of them are failed data center cards, so even if you take a look at that, it's probably not going to be cutting into the RTX GPUs too much. But what I do know is that if we take a look at this tweet, it just goes to show you that this is a huge problem, because this is one guy, I believe, probably in the US or some sort of English-speaking country, because otherwise it probably would have been posted in Chinese, as many of these have been before. So if you take that into account, I mean, if you take a look at all the crazy mining stuff that's been going on, this one guy's mining farm, as huge as it seems, I've seen stuff that is way bigger, especially over in China. There have been mining farms that are just absolutely enormous. In fact, it wouldn't surprise me if there are like single mining farms out there with hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of graphics cards just sitting there, and we're talking about new graphics cards. So when you consider that, and you consider that, you are having a hard time finding a graphics card, and then 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 people might have hundreds of thousands or millions of graphics cards, yeah, it's gonna make a lot of people very frustrated. So this guy posting this online was definitely a big mistake on his part, because it definitely got a lot of people very, very angry, and I definitely see why he did end up actually going ahead and deleting his tweet. Now, I wish as much as you guys that he would, stop buying these graphics cards and make it a lot easier for gamers as a whole to buy graphics cards, but unfortunately, people like him are not going to stop buying graphics cards until it is no longer profitable. Now, you might be asking the question, when is Ethereum mining no longer going to be profitable? Now, this is something I can't say with 100% certainty. However, I do have a pretty good idea as to when this is probably going to start to go away. Now, mining away on graphics cards is here to stay for a long time. However, before you panic, it's not going to be anything like it is now, because the main currency people are mining, Ethereum, is going to proof of stake allegedly by sometime mid this year, if they do go ahead and follow through with that. Now, to be honest with you guys, even if they don't follow through with that, I think between the increase in hashing power on the network, as well as the insane price of graphics cards, as well as potential increase in power, I just think it's becoming, less and less profitable every single day that goes by. It seems, I think by sometime this year, even if it doesn't go proof of stake, mining is definitely going to be a lot less of a thing, as it just continues to become less profitable. Now, once mining does move to proof of stake on Ethereum, they're going to have to take all that hashing power and go to other altcoins, because I don't think a lot of miners are actually going to sell off all their graphics cards. I think they're going to keep them and start mining other coins. However, because all that hashing power is going to move to these coins with a much lower market cap, it's going to make them a lot less profitable, which means that there's probably going to be a lot less incentive to buy new graphics cards, especially if they're still very expensive, and go ahead and try and pay them off, since it's going to take so much longer, as well as, again, having higher power costs. So ultimately, guys, I think at some point in 2022, you are going to see mining start to go away slowly. Some people might sell their cards online. Honestly, I don't think most people will, but at the very least, you're probably going to see a lot less competition buying new cards. I don't think they're going to be buying any new cards. In my opinion, I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but in my opinion, in 2022, buying cards for mining just seems absolutely insane, considering the extremely high risk as well as much lower reward. So I just don't see it going on for too much longer. So if you're waiting for a graphics card and stuff like this is angering you, well, don't worry, it should be over at least sometime soon. But hey, that's just what I think. When do you think that mining is finally gonna come to an end, at least in terms of its massive popularity? Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments below, and of course, I'll see you in the next video. If you made it to the end of the video, be sure to drop a like. Every time you do so, AMD and Nvidia get more stock. Also, if you want to see more, click here. You won't be disappointed.